Between Us. I'm your host, Kieran, and I'm with not Carrie, but with Lee
Hello.
today. Lee, what's happening, mate? You all right?
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, not bad, mate. All good. How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, it's been a much better week this week than last week, so altogether it's been a good one.
Wicked. We talk about the goals you've achieved and not, and same as me. And anyone who's listening, feel free to comment on what goals you've achieved and that. Apologies, we've been a bit quiet this week. Been really busy, been ill and stuff like that. So Lee, talk to us. What goals have you hit this week? What was your goals this week?
My goals was just to have a much better week than last week because, as we spoke about on our team catch up, my mental health was a bit bad the week before. So I've been a lot more positive this week, and yeah, it seemed to have worked. I've not had really many down days. And then on a different level, some people may know I do another podcast. My YouTube subscribers went mad this week, and I hit 700. I went from 210 to 740 for some reason. So that's really took me by surprise, which made me feel quite good. And then also tomorrow I'm celebrating my 6-year wedding anniversary. So that's another good goal that we've reached.
Poor Claire.
Especially with everything that's gone on. Especially with everything that's gone on over the last 3 years, it's a couple of points, especially in the early stages of her illness. I didn't know if we'd get here. So the fact that we've reached 6 years, I feel like it's really been a big goal and a big achievement.
That's a wicked goal to celebrate, mate. Wicked. So you've had a better week than last week, I'm hoping.
Yeah, 100%.
Wicked, mate. You're looking well and wicked on the subscribers on your channel. And congratulations for tomorrow, mate. Even though I feel sorry for Claire, mate. What goals? Did you have any goals? Did you have any goals you weren't able to achieve this week?
Yeah, I wanted to bring a bit more stability to work with the way we support the behaviour policy, and it still hasn't been hit yet. So it's a work in progress, but that brings me down sometimes because it gets frustrating that I sort of can see the direction we need to head, but obviously, you know, the hierarchy of a school, and it's got to go through about 6 different people before something gets okayed.
Don't be disheartened, though, because that's not just achievable just for yourself, is it? It's like you say, you've got to get okayed from up above and stuff like that. So you can't do much about that, mate. So just keep trying, innit? That's all you've got to do is keep trying, keep pushing, and I'm sure people start listening to you as we learning as a team here as well. Apart from that, though, how's work? How's everything?
Yeah, other than being really hot, it's fine. I don't get on well with heat. I prefer the springtime of year.
So, do you know what? I've been praying for a bit of shower, man. But they just reckon it's going to be hotter tomorrow and Sunday, innit? They reckon Sunday's going to be massive hot. And I'm thinking, geez, what? My bald head needs to hurry up and grow. Like, it's not growing. I don't know what's going on.
I'm waiting for it to rain so I can recreate that scene from the Shawshank Redemption. You know, when he gets out of the drain, takes the shirt off. I just want to be able to go and stand out in my garden and do that.
or we can just go and see the Titanic. Ooh.
Too early.
Well, on that note, how's my week been? Well, I had a few goals. This week was a bit up and down, so I was in hospital on Wednesday, was it, Lee? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. I've got to go back Monday. Just had a bit of shit news, but it is what it is. You just carry on, innit? There's no point dwelling on it. And that's one thing I will say I've learned. It's just to keep going without dwelling on things, innit? So that's one positive I think I've learned. Just keep going with the flow. Also, I've learned, like, you know me from the beginning of this, I used to bite a lot, and recently I'm not biting. If anything, I'm fishing at people, mate. Like, I love it. Instead of doing it to me, I'm fishing at other people. Obviously, we spoke about between us as a team, and you know things, personal stuff, that videos going around and stuff. People working work under kids and stuff. Disappointed that place hasn't. They they were supposed to arrange a meeting this week. I've not even fished. I've not even stressed about it. Think it's funny that they promote certain things online, but then when you got people working with kids and they're sitting there in these pictures, I just have to laugh because it just shows what establishment that it really is. But on that note, like I'd say, I've not cried. I've not bit. I've just been fishing myself. Apart from that, what else have I done? 7 months yesterday, officially clean on that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's not that long. I know many people have done it longer, but I ain't touched that for 7 months, so I keep going, and that was one of the issues I had. And another thing I've learned, which I think is an achievement, is I've started my breathing techniques again, and not to feel sorry for. This might sound harsh because we're so close between us, but not to feel sorry for everyone. Where I feel I need to jump and support the whole world. I've actually thought about myself a little bit this week. Thank you. Who said congratulations? Appreciate it. But yeah, been thinking about myself a bit more this week. But apart from that, all good. Too hot, burning, and we go again ready next week. But apart from that, mate, as your mental health, as the media, as your circle, has anything affected you this week?
Yeah, I just think the normal stresses of life, really. So leading up to payday week is always very stressful because you're sort of counting the pennies, and then you're just like, am I going to make it to payday? And then that can cause a lot of stress, and then you've got to try and put the mask on in front of the kids to go on that everything's going okay. When you're sitting there and you've got like £1.50 on the electric meter before it beeps, and then you're scrambling together to put some food together because it's like 2 days to go to payday and stuff like that. So that does stress me out sometimes because then once everyone's gone to bed and stuff, I sit there and I start stressing out. We've still got 30 hours to go yet. How am I going to get there? And that can keep playing on my mind sometimes. And then payday hits and it's just like a big weight that's just lifted off your shoulder. And then you get your bills and that sorted, and then you realise you've got no money again. So it's just like a vicious circle. So
welcome to the world.
Yeah.
No,
that's one thing they never teach you is getting older. So
exactly. Yeah, I know they never teach you that. One negative that I think stressed me out a little bit this week is a couple of things, and again it could cause a little bit of opinions along with that. So one thing, the Titanic boat thing stressed me out this week. Like, no disrespect, I wish no one to die, but you've got all that money but no common sense. Why are you going to go down there? And no disrespect, watching the media again, they're blaming other people. They're the ones who decided to go down there. Like, why are we blaming anyone else? That one, and before you say your thing, the other one that bit upset me a bit was about an NBA basketball player from Nigeria, which is wicked, the tallest guy in the world, all over the media. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, what are you telling me? What is the story? That a tall 21 foot or 21 or whatever it was, has made its first pick in the NBA. Okay, thank you for telling me. Are we going to talk about things that need improving and stuff like that? No.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. You know, it's called Bad News Media Day. So they find a pointless bad news story, splash that all over the front pages, and then it pushes back all the actual proper stuff that needs reporting on. Because what is our news? What's our news been taken up? There's been a couple of stabbings again this week. I think there's been a murder somewhere local. But where do you hear about all that? Because, and then, like you said, it's a really sad story for the people that went down. But what's been dominated when you turn the TV on or you pick up a newspaper? It's this submarine. So it hides actually what we need to speak about. So I was about to agree with you.
And no disrespect, it's like the billions of pounds that it's cost to go and search for these guys. And no disrespect, like, how do I say this without anyone thinking that I don't give a shit?
Well, you had James Cameron, who's been diving, and he said he knew Yeah, he said he knew after the hour and 45 minutes that there was a catastrophic event. So we spent 4 days trying to drag all these big machines to go look when certain people who are in the know-how and that's their expertise are now coming out after because they didn't want to say nothing because they didn't want to get the backlash. But if they knew it then...
One thing I've learned, when it's my time, I'm jumping into the sea to see Titanic, and then hopefully I'll get the same media coverage, yeah? Because that's the way to go down. Because these guys, I'm sorry, if it was me or you, or most of the listeners out there on their diving app, we would have been called twats. The billionaires, blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to blame everyone else. I'm sorry, they're the ones to blame. Who would do that? Titanic, leave it alone. If you want to see the Titanic, watch Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet on TV, please.
Not just that, about a month ago, they just finished doing a massive scan of the ship so they can 3D make it on computer and stuff with every detail. So you'll see it better on a computer screen now than you would down at the wreck site because it's been eaten. Yeah, exactly. So what's the point of going down now when you've got every little detail on a computer screen in front of you? So
what's the sad thing as well was we've had obviously a lot of, like you say, killings, suicides. We've had 6 suicides in a week, and it's all around similar to around our bubble, and that's what upsets me. Where do you hear about that? And it's like, and this is.
I'll be really honest. I never knew that until you just said it.
This is what my point is, though, Lee. Right? I don't want people to think, oh, what are they going on about the submarine that got lost and they died, blah blah. It's because that's took over the media, public, and everyone's conversations. No one spoke about those poor lads. 6 trains. They've jumped. 6 different people have jumped over in front of a train this week. 6, and the week's not even over, mate. Saturday and Sunday yet, and it's like, when the fuck is the media, is the world going to wake up and think, what is important here? Okay, everyone's life's important here, unless you're a paedophile and a rapist, in my view anyway. But you're publicising billionaires who've gone down to sea to see the Titanic, where us would just go and pay £6 at local cinema back in the day to watch it. But then there's 6 people who've committed suicide this week. And it's like, you ain't heard about that. And I'm thinking, why are we talking about that? And this is what I get to again. It's like, are we breaking? Is the stigma getting broken? Is the silence getting broken? Okay, we recorded the voting from our members. To them, a lot of people, we're breaking the silence, we're breaking the stigma slowly, and they feel not judged, etc. And that's the whole point of safe space between us. But it just puts you down. Like, I feel really down when you see that. Like, 6 people commit suicide this week, but you're not hearing about it. You're not even hearing about it on London Tonight. Like, that's your local news. And all they give a shit about at the moment, it's Andrew Tate's been charged with this. Yeah, okay, tell us when he's been found guilty. I don't care when people are charged. Tell me when they're guilty. Like, whatever you think of anyone, tell me when they're guilty, then put it on my TV. Okay, since Monday, you spent billions of pounds looking for these billionaires. Mate, they were dead last week. I was sitting here even saying that they're dead. Not being horrible, but and then I'm sitting here, I'm thinking.
So I was going to say, the thing is with that, the submarine, is that was an accident, okay, and stuff like that happens. Like you said, the 6 people that jumped, they obviously needed help and support. So, as you said, it's not been publicised, and like I said, I didn't realise it was 6 until you just said. So that proves how.
It was 6 come 2 days ago. So I don't know what's happened since, because everywhere I look on the internet, even on the news that I watch online, has been covering this stuff, and I'm like, what the hell, man? And all it's been about is Andrew Tate and his Marine, Andrew Tate and a Marine, and then you see how shit the government is. Yeah, we already know that. You don't need to tell me that. It's like, let's think about those 6 people who commit suicide this week. Let's not worry about Andrew Tate. Let's not worry about what everyone else wants to be planned. Let's not worry about the education system having druggies working in them. That was a dig. But yeah, so it's like, what what is the society, the world, the media, everything talk about? And then you hear Elon Musk and Zuckerberg are going to fight a cage fight. I don't care. Talk about the suicide rates of this week. You've had 6 different people commit suicide in London alone. That's London alone. But apart from that, like, I think it's just been. I think I've learned a lot about myself this week. It's just been a bit about the most depressing time has been watching the news or turning the news or on your phone everywhere you go, and I just think, oh man, give it a rest. Let's talk about something serious. But on that note, I just want to ask you, Lee, like, what's going on? Like, what do you think? Why so many people are jumping in front of planes recently? The trains. Again, like I said, 6 this week.
Yeah, I honestly think it is down to the cost of living crisis and stuff. Things are just getting so expensive, and then because you're trying to pay your fuel and buy food, again, in a way, you're trapped in your house because you can't really go anywhere because you ain't got no money because everything's too expensive. So you're just sitting at home to try and survive, and then some people can't even keep their gas and electric on or have enough food in their stomach. That it just keeps you in a depressive state. But part of me thinks, is that what the government actually wants? Because it just feels like if you're rich, you're looked after. It's like putting that big separation line between the rich and the poor. It felt like they spent years when I was growing up to try and merge everyone back together. And now it feels like with this government, and I don't vote because I just don't believe in none of them, but it now feels like...
Vote Kieran.
Exactly. But it just now feels like they're putting that big divide in, and if you're rich and you're making money, you're going to be well looked after, and if you're poor, it's like you've got working people visiting food banks. That's not right. How can you go to work to earn money to put back into this country, then you've got to go and visit a food bank? It doesn't make sense, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what brings people down, because you've got people that have looked after themselves all their life, paid into the country, managed to support themselves. Now they can't afford to do that, and it just feels like, where can I go from there?
No, I do get that, and I think you're bang on the money there, mate. Like, it's to do with the cost of living, and that's why people are turning to suicide, jumping in trains. Like I said, 6 this week, and it's like, but also, I think us people, like, to me, I sit here and think we have one life, yeah, and I've only started to realise this. We have one life. Why are we all putting up with this shit?
Yeah.
Like, there's more of us than them. Like, why are we putting up with this shit? Because you think about it, and this is where mental health massively come in play. COVID, they were clever. They made us all against each other. You should wear a mask. I shouldn't wear a mask. I don't want to jab. Oh, don't come near me if you're wearing a jab. Keep your distance. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, my kid ain't doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not eating that. Yes, I am eating that. No, I'm not eating that. Lee, where are you? You gone?
I'm back. There? No, I'm back. Yeah, I'm here.
And then now, the cost of living, everyone fighting. Like, Jesus Christ. And even the little things. So, obviously, what borough are you in? You're in Greenwich Council, innit?
No, I come under Bexley.
So Greenwich Council, right? A lot of people are getting in arguments because people are dumping rubbish in people's bins because of 2 weeks thing. Is that to do? If that started from the governments to the councils and stuff, is to be green? Is that like to cause people against each other? It's like everything, and this is what fucks me off with society, with all of us, every single one of us. Yeah, it winds them up. It's because can't we see these kind of things, but we still argue. It's like, all good arguing if you deliberately go out the way to hurt me, or I deliberately go out the way to hurt you, yeah. But at the same time, if I need to eat and you need to eat, we shouldn't be fighting over it, man. Like, if I can cook, if I've got an extra bit of food today, yeah, Lee, there's a pot of food left over or whatever, help you out, or vice versa. That's how the world should be. But maybe I'm seeing the world in a different way now. But at the moment, I just think a lot of people think it's fun and games, it's competition, and again, mental health not taken seriously. And it's just like, sometimes this week, the only downer again, I've been scratching my head thinking, how is anything going to improve? Because forget the government. I can sit here all day and moan about the government. We, me, you, the listeners, people, everyone, my neighbours, everyone out there, we need to be sticking together, and we need to be supporting each other. We need to be like, how are you today, Lee? Checking in. How are you today, Kieran? How are you, Joe? How are you, Blogs? How are you, Dave? How are you, Gary, Patricia, Omni, Tessa, whoever? How are you? Instead of just like thinking, our shit don't stink. You see what I'm saying? It's like, at the moment, there's too many people out there who think the shit don't stink. And it's like, this is where the judgmental side and the stigma side of it. And I think until you go through something, trauma, abuse, and I wish no one on that, I don't think people are actually going to start understanding, because people are not listening on a regular basis to get us to the main charities and stuff like that out there. And we're too busy listening to the media again. And that's the only downer I've had this week, really. It's just like, just think, fucking hell, man, like, stick together, people, stick together. But then everyone go on.
So I was going to say, the way I deal with like not judging people, because I admit when I was a teenager I was very judgmental of people, but I sit there and think, if what is someone doing, how's that affecting my life? If it doesn't affect my life and what I'm doing, then let people crack on, good or bad, if you know what I mean. If someone reaches out and asks for help, that then brings them into my life circle, so that'll be part of my life. So then I'll be there to support. But if I see someone doing something that doesn't affect me, who am I to sit there and tell them they're right or wrong? Do you see what I mean?
That's how I go. I do get you, but I agree in a way. But
that's how I try to stop to judge people.
Yeah, no, I'm not judging anyone. It's just
no, you're not.
I think it's just
as a society.
As society, it's like, because the way people look at me and you, for example, and I know this is happening out there. This is not paranoia. This is because it happened. No one's done it on a safe space, but it's happened on my private Facebook and stuff. It's people are judging me right now, sitting here thinking, what are you talking about? You used to be a cokehead. You used to drink, blah, blah, blah. Hang on. Yes, I used to take coke a lot. I used to take drink. I got in a lot of debt. But if anyone is upset with me, it should be my household behind me. I've not hurt anyone. I've not damaged. I've not done anything. But then people think it's okay. I don't think people. I think the world needs it. Word is used. Yo. Word.
Oh, that's Patricia. Word. That's Patricia.
Yeah. I think we just need to think a bit more, like how it might affect you or me. Like, be careful what you say. Like, I've started to learn of certain opinions. Listen, I know in our team meetings we can have a bit of a moan at each other and that, but that's because we all want to make the world a better place. Me, you, Patricia, Gary, and all that. It's like we're passionate. It's because, but not. We're all still here. We're fighting together. We're still making points. And it's downhearting. It's like we've had about 6 members leave this week, and it is downhearting because I think, don't you get the message? Don't you see what we want to do? We're different. But then they were going to his head.
Spin that on his head. You've still got 490 odd stayed.
Oh, I get that.
We're not going to be. I know when you comes to, but we're not going to be for everyone, and that's okay.
Oh yeah, I know that, and we're not about the numbers, and we're not about that. But it's just sad thinking, oh, hang on, why are you leaving? Like, it's not just we're not here like this week. And I'm going to be honest, like I've been contacted quite a lot privately from members, and it's like I don't have enough time to, how do I say this, to continue be on the phone to everyone 24/7 and stuff, like, hence why we've got the emails there and stuff like that.
Well, you've got me now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm upsetting people, but I just don't know. I just think we need to stop listening to media, stop being sheep. I think I'm going to keep saying that, even if we lose members. I'm going to keep saying it. I think if we lose members because of my views, and it's probably going to be my views that upset people, because you guys are keep your views quite to yourself. But I think we need to start opening and saying, listen, we're here to break the stigma, we're here to break the silence, we're here to signpost, we're here to offer as much support as we can possibly. We're here for podcasts to tell your story. We're here to be positive and stuff. But on the podcast, at times, I think we need to be like, yo, listen, stop being sheep. Think about yourself. Like, a lot of us compete with each other. Stop competing. I don't care if Lee, you posted a Lamborghini today. I've got a Lamborghini. Well done. Congratulations. However you got that, congratulations. I'm not competing. Yeah, I used to do that. I'm not competing. It's like a 10-minute walk is good enough for me today. Like, why am I competing? And that's what our goals have got to be about. It's like, what's achievable for us? Let's start low. So a 10-minute walk might lead to a 15-minute walk to a 20-minute walk next week. Let's start low. It doesn't matter if Lee's doing a 5-minute walk and I'm doing a 2-minute walk. It doesn't matter. 2 minutes is more than walk. Yeah, and we're doing more than what we done yesterday, for example.
Exactly. It's all about improving.
Yeah, so as long as we're improving as individuals, we need to stop being that thrown mind. Oh my God, what they're going to think of me? Forget that. If people thinking negatively of you, brush them aside. They ain't you. They ain't right for you.
But also, if people don't agree with our opinion, please come on and speak to us. We're open for a conversation. We all learn off each other. So yeah, we might have an opinion about something. Someone might give us a piece of information that make us think, hang on, or we might just agree not to agree. It doesn't matter. But the floor's here for everyone. So instead of just saying, right, that's it, I'm going, share it with us. Come on, speak, and let's have a conversation.
No,
we've got no problem with anyone coming on to say what they want to say.
And that's what I think's wrong with the world as well, though, Lee. It's like, I saw it on Love Island last night. I think one of them said that saying, an opinion's like an arsehole. We've all got one, or something like that. Yeah, it's what they said. We all got an arsehole. We all got an opinion. But let's start having those conversations. You have your opinion, but let's not argue about it. Like I've learned to listen recently, and I think, just let them crack on.
This is what I say to the kids. Yeah. So I was going to say, the things I say, an opinion's an opinion. You can't argue an opinion because no one's right. Facts you can argue because that's a fact, but an opinion you can't argue. So there's no point going back and forth with each other over an opinion because your opinion is just the same as my opinion, even if it's different. You can't argue in an opinion. So that was just my thing before you move on.
And I agree. And the thing is as well, it's like if we listen to each other's opinions, maybe we would actually learn something from each other as well, instead of having that debate. So, for example, me complaining, saying, we need to stick together. We need to stop thinking of each other. We need to stop being like childish behavior. There's many adults out there, like even now, who work in a professional environment, who I know who being childish and stuff. But it's like, okay, let's have a chat. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's not just hide behind social media. Let's talk. Because hiding and playing games can cause many anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and stuff like that. And on that note, I just want to say about tools. So I don't know if you saw that breathing technique I posted the other day. I think I'd try it one day, mate. It's very good. And also, I don't know if I told you last week, I've been doing a lot of cold showers, right? I tell you what, cold showers in the morning work wonders, man. Like cold showers in the morning, it wakes me up. It makes me. Don't get me wrong, I get a chronic pain a bit because I suffer with that. But cold shower just puts me in a different frame of mind. I'm ready for today, man. Cold showers, man, are the way forward. I think it helps.
Well, exactly. No, totally agree. So I've seen some stuff with Wim Hof, and he's all about that, isn't he? And he's about breathing and the coldness and all that stuff. And it just seems like it really does help a lot of people. So I think people should do a bit of research. And I think, like you said, even if you just start with a cold shower in the morning, I think people will be surprised with how much it would.
The cold showers. Like there's these bucket things that you can get. Like I think companies selling them for like £80 and stuff like that. But they keep the temperature right for you for a long time. Where you just cover it and you don't need to refill it up and that. I'm looking at one of them, man, because I think just putting it in the garden every morning, 6-7 o'clock, dump in it, and it'd be wicked to have.
Especially in this heat.
Yeah, exactly. But, on that note, what's your goals for next week, mate?
See, it's very hard for me to look because I'm trying to, like I said before, live in the moment. So I do my start of the day, end of the day. So I try not to look too. Yeah, and I know it's good to good to have goals, and it works for some people. It doesn't. At the moment, I'm not in that headspace to look past tomorrow. So really, my goal really is getting through every day positively. And I'm going to have some bad days, and accepting if I have a bad day, that's fine. Tomorrow's the new day. So really, I think my goal is to get through each day in a positive way.
That's a good one, mate. My one is probably don't bottle Monday. I've got hospital again Monday.
Yeah, good luck with that.
2 tests, so just don't bottle that. Probably continue with the tools, breathing technique, and try not to stress out a little bit about what I can't control. So like the media, what other people are doing. I'm learning slowly. I've seen things on social media on people I follow, and it's not really. It stressed me out, and I have started typing, but then I deleted it. So I'm learning.
Well
I'm
done.
learning.
I heard that was a technique from someone. They said still write it out, just don't hit the send button. Or if you feel like you're going to hit the send button, write it on a piece of paper, because then you feel at least you still feel like you said what you needed to say. So the fact you're doing that, well done. Keep up the good work on that one.
I'm typing on Facebook like that, and then I'm actually reading it back now, and I'm thinking, I ain't worth the time. I ain't worth the time. Like, I ain't worth the aggro. And it's just like, there's just things now where I'm just saying, fuck it. Like, usually I'll go and kicking off with things what are going on, and I'm thinking, you know what, fuck it. Like,
what can you do?
What can I do? Why am I going to kill myself doing that? And the other thing is probably think of my heart rate a bit, because I've had major panic attacks this week and heart problems, and it's just like I need to just slow it down a little bit this week, because I need to really slow it down. But apart from that, I just want to hit 500. That was always my target was 250, but now we're on 500 members, and also I think we should do a giveaway now. Lee,
okay. Well,
I'm gonna let you, so it's not biased. So anyone who has liked, let's go. Anyone who has liked, let's go. So giveaway. So we've got some merch. So we've got some t-shirts. We've got some cups. We've got some diaries. We've got some books. We've got some we've got some bookmarks, and we've got some other stuff. So I am just scrolling on. Who?
Tell me how many likes there were, and then I'll pick a number, and then whoever what number that like that was.
The person on Safe Space Between Us on the merch post where I said merch giveaway, see how to win in the comments. Unfortunately, like, we were the only ones that played around, but let's go to the likes.
So how many likes are there?
You don't look.
Yeah.
Right, don't look now. I'm looking. You can't. Well, I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4. Take away a few of us because we are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, or 4. Number 3.
Jane Errington.
Hey, well done.
Jane Errington.
We'll have to give her a message.
We will message and say congratulations. You have won a t-shirt. You can do what you want with it. You can throw it in. You can use it as a tea towel. You can wear it. But the cup's good to have. And got a little makeup bag with a safe space between us on there. Sometimes I do it. Yeah. And a few other bits in there. I'll sort it out. I'm not sure where you are, but we'll sort it out. But yeah, apart from that, we're gonna start getting more merch out there. And listeners, the merch, every penny's gonna go for the next couple of weeks to good causes, and it's gonna be dirt cheap stuff. We're talking £3-4 stuff. We're just basically giving it away, losing money, but this is how we do it. But on that note, Lee, what do you think has been a positive about a safe space between us this week?
A positive this week. Lots of positives. And the poems. I still really like the poems, but I'm still begging you to get them on video so they can go on the TikTok. So, yeah, the poem the other night was a really...
Do you know what? Last night I did start recording one, and it's just my bald head, man. My bald head, Lee. Like, I just don't like it. This is the first time. I'm just tagging Jane Errington on this. It's just I just can't cope with my head. Head.
And also, when we do like the emoji posts and stuff like that, the members are starting to interact a bit more, and it's nice to see the community coming together. So I think that's been a bit positive. There's been a couple of posts that have been interactive, and it's had some good not engagement number wise, but I mean different people joining in. So it's nice that we're starting to still try and get that community feel together. Yeah. So that's been a big positive.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the other thing is, obviously, we've gone quiet 3-4 days on the podcast, but that's actually due to me being ill and that. We've had loads. I've cancelled a few. But again, from next week, boom, it's picked up again. Again today, we're getting messages, emails, guests all over the world coming on. And another thing, we've got some members actually coming on telling us stories and stuff like that, which is wicked. But again, everyone's story is unique, and I've met some amazing ladies. I say ladies because they're the only people I met recently. Is hearing her stories in person as well. Like, it's been amazing. Obviously, at the beginning of the week doing the garden, and even last week talking to people what we do, and they telling me stuff about what's gone in her life, and it's just good having that conversation and having a it's like a face-to-face podcast, like we're talking about. That's a good thing. And also, I think I think it says 2 months. We've only been going for 2 months. If you look on the Facebook page, it says 2 months. So I think it's actually 9 weeks. But we're doing well, and I think we deserve an applause. So to everyone behind the safe space between us, all members as well. And again, it's been very engaging. It was quite eye-opening to see people with the toll that Harry done, and seeing that people are saying that, you are breaking the stigma, breaking the silence, which I believe we are, because we've had nearly 40 odd people on the podcast already, and that's including the lives. And then obviously we 200 odd people, and still now I'm still getting DMs, talking to people still now. But obviously I apologise to people. Not always I can pick up the phone if you're ringing me on Facebook and stuff like that. I can't always answer it because I might not be in a private place to have that conversation with you, etc. And obviously I don't want to talk about your personal stuff around other people, and especially around my kids, etc. But apart from that, I just hope everyone has a wicked week ahead. We're back on live on Sunday with a brilliant guest, Raymond Phipps. Raymond was on our live. Unfortunately, legend guy from Canada. Brilliant, so kind guy, brilliant guy. Really good talking, to the point, and really helpful. So people might find that interesting. That's live on Sunday. And apart from that, I wish everyone to stay safe and try and keep out the heat. No, try and put your oil on. But Lee, any last words on you, mate? Or anything you want to discuss before we leave and end it there, mate?
No, just remember, share the fundraising page and jump over to TikTok. I think last time I checked, we reached 112 this week, so I'm quite happy with that.
I saw something on TikTok this morning talking about 2 things to do with you. One, to do with the safe space between us. And I thought, fuck yeah, no, he's got so many likes on one post from us, or from you. And then on your one, your wrestling one, Jesus Christ, there was one with 5,500 saying, and you got 1.7 million likes or something.
Yeah, on the wrestling one, and 34,000
This guy's a cheater.
But to be honest, though, yeah. No, but this goes straight back to your point. I was having this conversation with someone the other day. I don't get it. So with Safe Space, we're putting up inspirational messages. We're giving people positive messages, yeah? And it's doing okay and good engagement. You put up a wrestling clip and 1.2 million people look at it. Why? It does not get, it does, I can't get my head around it. And I was having a conversation with a work colleague of mine the other day about that, and I don't get it. Because it's, like you say, it's breaking the signal, breaking the silence is the thing that should be being pushed to the forefront. And you've got to remember, TikTok's an algorithm, so it's a computer that decides what gets seen and what doesn't. So the computer's been programmed to show, like, wrestling or someone brushing their hair or whatever, where a positive message goes on, and it doesn't get pushed as much as... And it just blows my mind. Yeah, it blows my mind. Them numbers should be the other way round.
Exactly, I agree. But at the same time, though, it's I think it's down to not just me, you, Patricia, Gary, and all that. I think it's down to society, those who find it inspiring, it positive, to share it. Even if it's not a safe space between us, wherever that message is, it just might help someone out there. A positive message. Because I scroll on social media, and there's some positive stuff that I've not seen, and I think, whoa, that hit me.
Exactly.
That hit me. But on that note, I might be right, but there is. I have to say, there is some good wrestling ones we've got on there. I watched the Sami Zayn one. Oh, I love it. It gives me goosebumps. Man. That one hit me. That one hit me. But there's some good stuff. But apart from that, like, I wish you.
Got one more thing to say. I've been not Carrie, by the way. The podcast queen, she weren't available today, so
let's talk about this podcast stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about this co-hosting stuff. Am I right in thinking Carrie's took control of the podcast, isn't it? She's taking over, isn't it? She's trying to, isn't it? I think we should have it, Lee.
No, well, we've done the boys' night tonight, so.
I love the girls, Patricia, Carrie.
Yeah, hi, everyone Patricia, hi, Carrie.
Everyone, hi, Patricia. I hope you're well. Everyone does a brilliant things behind the scenes. Like I say, we might not get on all the time, but we're still here together. We all wish each other a good day every morning, and it's just because we want to make the world a better place. And on that note, if you want to make the world a better place, get involved, jump in, engage a bit more. Don't worry about people who put you down. Leave them. Those who are putting you down, people, you don't need them in your life. I'm sorry. You don't need them in your life because it will just affect your mental health more. Think about your mental health. Without a nice mental health, without thinking of yourself, everything around you will not work. Yeah, I've seen it. I've been there. It will not work if you're not in a frame of mind. You need to put yourself first. Even if you've got kids, I say, you've got to think of your kids. Yes, think of your kids at the same time, but put yourself first. Get yourself better. Self-care. The kids will feed off that. Trust me, 1,000,000%. And again, coming from the most judgmental idiot in the world last year, still now at times, most opinionated idiot at times, I am learning stuff now. Don't buy it. Let's just fish instead. We're fish. We don't buy it. Because at the same time, let's just be happy. Put a smile on your face. If your day ain't gone well, there's always tomorrow. And if your day ain't gone well, DM us, message someone. And if you need to hear me sing, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. It might put a smile on your face. But on that note, Lee, love you, mate. Thank you.
Me too.
Patricia.
Thank you.
Patricia, Carrie, thank you for this week as well. And I'll see you on Sunday, everyone.
Looking forward to that one.
I have been a safe space between us. No, I haven't been a safe space between us. I've been Kieran. And this has been a safe space between us. I've lost my marbles. And this is without any drink for 7 months.
It's the heat, I think.
It's the heat. Woo. On that note, guys and ladies and gents and kids and everyone around the world, I wish you a healthy, proactive, positive next few days till we meet again on Sunday. We're a message away. There's plenty of other people out there. Seek professional help if you need it. But please do talk. We rather hear you rant to us than not talk. On that note, much love, people. It's been a safe space between us, and I have been Kieran. Lee, wait there. Quickly, guys, I just had to play that video. You see Carrie's there. Carrie's Helping Hand is one of the causes we're doing. It's gone slow a little bit. Unfortunately, she passed away. She's 10 years old, and her parents created a charity in her name to support other kids in her name, and young Xander as well with a tumour. Please support the cause. Please share. Please like. Much love.